this is Jen, and thanks for joining me today. I wanted to share some cards that I made using a Project Life kit. So I made 10 cards, and I got this Project Life kit from Tuesday Morning. The kit's name is Trinkets, and it was only $5.99. And I just think this is an awesome way to make a bunch of really quick and easy cards. And they actually have some really beautiful Project Life kits out there. So this kit had the journaling cards, the 4x6 size, and the 3x4, and it also had a lot of die cut pieces. So I also bought this embossing folder called Baby Boy. It's another Project Life item, and it's a small embossing folder and then a big star embossing folder, and that was $1.99. So this is some of the things that you get in the kit. This one has a lot of gold foil in it, and I apologize for the pictures that are included. I like to use natural sunlight when I take my still shots of the cards, and on this day it happened to be the sun was going down, and so it shines on some of the cards foil, and it's kind of pretty actually because it looks like sunset colors, but so the pictures are a little bit off. But I think you can still get the idea, and I do also show all of the cards in the video at the end that are not still shots. So I'm just going through some of the Project Life cards. So there's 2 of each card, and I just went ahead and pulled out one of each of the cards and was trying to work with those only. So on this first card, I took this little card, one of the 3x4s. It says lovely in gold lettering, and it has a pretty gold flower on it. All I'm doing is taking some DIY glitter mist. My spray bottles get clogged up, and so it was just easier. For this one, I just took a paintbrush and dipped it in the bottle and just brushed it over the card. So you can kind of see a little bit of the shimmer. And then I'm also going to take a DIY spray, and this is kind of a turquoise color, and I actually sprayed it. When I sprayed it, I did not mean to get as much as I did on the card. So I'm just going with a wet wipe and blotting some of that color to mute it a little bit. And then I also go over the gold areas and rub off any ink that got on those areas. And then I got this Sizzix die set recently. It's kind of like a tattered edge, really reasonably priced. Where did I get it from? From Hobby Lobby with a coupon. So it was, I don't know, very reasonably priced. I will leave a link to this description with the name of the die set. So I go ahead and I take one of the smaller squares and cut out the Project Life card, and then I took just a plain white piece of cardstock, and I used one of the bigger dies, tattered edge dies, as the background. And I also ran just part of that, or actually the embossing folder is like a 3x4 embossing folder. It's not very big. So I ran that through on the white paper, and so it's just over the top of it. And then I took some blue and white twine and wrapped that around the card, and then popped the card up with some foam tape. And that completes the first card. It just says lovely. Really simple, but elegant also, I think. So for the next card, I am taking these 2 pieces of the journaling card, and these are the 4x6 size. And I'm going to go ahead and trim off so I don't have the rounded edges. So that's going to be my panel. And then I take the kind of arrow piece of journaling card and cut these into strips. And then I use my Tonic Deluxe adhesive to adhere the different strips to the panel. So I leave a space of 2 empty spaces between each arrow strip. And this journaling card has a bit, it might be hard to tell in the video, but it has a bit like of a yellow, kind of a yellow muted color in the background. So there's one thick strip and then there's several small ones that I adhere to the card. And then I go ahead and cut the excess. And then I take some sequins, which are just flat sequins, and these were purchased from Michaels. I don't know if the brand is Recollections or not, or if they're Craft Smart, but the sequins are purchased from Michaels. But before I do the sequins, I go ahead and take this hello piece from the Project Life kit, and I just round off 2 opposite corners, and that will end up getting popped up with foam tape. I just took, there's different sizes of the flat sequins. There's some small, medium, and large. I think these are really cool, actually. I kind of like these flat ones. They've got a little bit of a sparkle to them, but like I said, they're from Michaels, so totally affordable and really cool. So I went ahead and I adhered the panel using my tonic silica adhesive to my card base, and that will complete this card. And then here's the first card that I did. My editing skills are not the best, and I couldn't get the picture inserted where it was supposed to be inserted. So both the first 2 cards that I made are just, there's the close-ups. So for the next card, I am using this purple card with the gold foil circles and the hello card, and then also a butterfly. I started out wanting to do hearts, and then I changed my mind to use circles. So I just got out my circle hand punch and cut out, I believe these are 1-inch circles. And then I'm taking the Hello Project Life card and shortening it. So I go ahead and trim off the top, and then I will go ahead and reattach that so that it's a smaller card. And then I also cut out the Hello fishtail banner, and I will use that in the card also. So I've already adhered kind of the graph paper in the background, and then I'm just re-adhering or reattaching the top and the bottom rounded corners. And then here I am just taking the circles and using my liquid adhesive again to attach all of those circles to the card base. So there's no panel on this one. This is just all directly on the card base. And then I just took a little piece of ribbon from my stash and will adhere that behind the butterfly. So I have a blog that I don't update that often because it's a lot of work, but I don't mind updating it. If you would like to see the cards on my blog where there's still shots that you can kind of look at without it being so quick on the video, let me know and I'll make sure to start updating that. It's just, I don't think, it doesn't get very many views, so I tend to not update it very often, but it's something that I do want to try and make time for. So I just take the Hello banner and use my double-sided adhesive and adhere that part to the card. And then I'm going to take some, which ones are these? These are Nuvo Crystal Drops in Apple Green, and that will complete that card. Just another real quick and easy card. The great thing about these is you have pretty much everything you need to make the card, and then you can just pull in whatever you have in your stash to jazz it up a little bit. So I think that's why I love doing cards like this, is you can get a bunch of cards just out real quick that, you know, are really pretty at the same time. So for this card, I'm using the gold, kind of like a sunray, and all I did was flip that over onto my card base, and I'm taking Distress Ink scattered straw and just kind of giving a little bit of a glow on the edge of it. And then I will go ahead and attach that to the card base, and then put some foam tape on the back of the heart and position that on the card so it kind of looks like the sun rays are coming out of the heart. And then I'll take the love banner and adhere that directly to the card. And that will complete this card. So just another quick and easy card. Just simple. And so here's one of the pictures where the sun kind of made my card colors come out a little bit different. So I'm going to use this 4x6 journaling card along with the hearts and the love sentiment. And I'm taking some Bo Bunny glitter paste, and this is sugar. And I'm just going to spread this all across my panel. So it's going to be very glittery. And I go ahead and let that dry and then attach that to my card base. And then I'm just going to position the hearts directly onto my card. And then I will take the love sentiment and the gold heart. And I'm just going to place the gold heart over the O in love. And that will be adhered to the card. And that'll complete this card. So again, just another very easy card to do. Oh, and I forgot. I took one of the anchor die cut pieces and made an arrow coming out of the heart. I forgot about that. Just to give it something extra, I guess. I have no idea why I did that. And that'll complete that card. For the next card, I am going to take this hello journaling card and just cut out the word hello. And originally I was trying to I was trying to use the feathers with the hello sentiment, and I didn't end up using that hello for this card. So I switched to this journaling card and used the live happy sentiment. And then I also pulled a 3x4 journaling card with a gold trim around the edges. And that's going to be my panel. Or not my panel. I think I have a white, just a white square background for my panel. So I'm going to place the journaling card on the panel. And then I will take some foam tape and adhere those to both of the feathers and pop those up on the card. And I think I mentioned before, I love these foam squares that just pull off of the strip. I get these from the dollar store, their 99-cent store, they're 99 cents. And I was at some store the other day, and I don't remember if it was a craft store, just a Walmart or whatever, and they were like $3 something, the exact same things. So I try and pick those up every time I go to the 99-cent store, so I have a stash of them. But it's not like an item that, you know, they get once and they don't get back. Most of the time they have it. So I'm going to take the Live Happy sentiment and pop that up also with some foam squares. And I'm trying to get it centered across the card, and I'm just taking my rub-on tool and marking the air either side, so I don't have to worry about possibly using an eraser. So I'll just go ahead and adhere that. And then trim off the excess. And that will complete this card. This is another super quick card. This is with the gold hearts on the purple background, and then the little piece that says love us. I'm taking a alcohol marker in purple. I just tried to match it the best that I could with the background of the journaling card, and I'm just going on the top and the bottom, and then I adhere I trim off the rounded edges and then adhere the panel to the card base, and then I'm just popping up the love us and place that on the card, and that does it for this card. Like I said, another super quick card to do. Oh yeah, and of course I added, went ahead. That'd be helpful to add it to the card base. And that completes that card. Really shiny. So again, here's the last two cards I did, the feather and the heart card. So for this next card, I am going to use the hello that I had cut out previously. And then I cut out the other feather out of a piece of the gold, one of the gold pieces that came with the kit. And again, on this one, I will trim off the rounded corners. Or actually, no, I don't. I think I trimmed off one side to get it to fit on the card, and then I rounded the corners that I cut into a square. So, and then I'm just going to take the little feather and pop that up with some foam adhesive. And then I'll adhere that. And then I'm just taking the hello and using my tonic adhesive to adhere that to the card. And then I bought these liquid pearls. I don't even remember. I think I might have bought them from scrapbook.com just to try them out because I didn't have any. This happens to be white opal. And I have to tell you, I know these have probably been out for quite a while, but I absolutely love these things, and I'm planning on getting some more colors. They're a little bit thicker than some of the others, and they're just absolutely beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. So I can't wait to get a few more different colors and be able to use those. I really am loving those liquid pearls. So the next card, I'm using some dies from my stash. These are Spellbinders dies. And so I just took two that are similar in size and made a frame. And then I'm also using this Sizzix embossing folder. And I went ahead and I embossed this white cardstock and then cut the frame out. And then here I'm taking my tonic, kind of like I think it's a blender brush, and I am using a tumbled glass distress ink. And I'm not super familiar with I just got the brushes not that long ago. I haven't used them that much. Previous to that, this is what I used. It's a little bit softer, and it's a makeup brush. And then I ended up adding peacock feathers just to get it to darken up a little bit. And then I took my water spritzer and spritzed that and let it sit, and used a paper towel to blot off the ink. And so that lifted some of the ink off and gave these cool little spots. I just love that about the distress and the distress oxides. So I take my panel and my die cut pieces, and I adhere the centerpiece to the card, and then I pop up the outer edge. And then originally I wanted to use all of the flowers that came, and it was just too much. I think this is too much gold, actually. It might have been okay if they hadn't been so much gold. But I kind of struggled with the placement on these. And then I ended up, I think I wanted the sentiment on the bottom where that gap is. And then the sentiment was too big. And I really liked the sentiment and the font, so I didn't want to get rid of the sentiment. So there ends up being this gap on the bottom, which I'm okay with. I think probably this is one of my favorite cards. And then here we go with another butterfly. And of course, the butterfly has to be popped up. And then I'm taking my rub-on tool and just rounding out the wings. And then I take the sentiment from the Penelope D stamp set, and it says, "You are amazing." And I just went ahead and used the same inks as I did for the card and used my Versamark and white embossed that. And then I used Nuvo Crystal Drops and Morning Dew and Bubblegum Blush. And I think that turned out really pretty. I just love the blue background against the flowers. So the last card, I just cut it out with a stitch rectangle die. And this is going to be another quick card. All it has is this panel, a butterfly, and then the word sweet, which, like the hello, I just cut it out of the journaling card. I went ahead and popped up my butterfly and adhered the sweet sentiment using my liquid adhesive. And then on the top and the bottom, I used my liquid pearls again in white opal. And I just think it turned out really pretty. I actually love all these cards. Like, sometimes I just don't like what I make, but I really like these cards. So here's all the cards again. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I'll try to remember to put all the supplies that I used. And let me know what card you like or didn't like, or any words of advice or wisdom. I'm game for that. But thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video or found it informative, or if if you enjoyed this video or found it informative, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are not a subscriber and would like to subscribe, please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button, and I'll catch you later.